Welcome back to I Love a Hoarder, the only podcast where ghosts wear glitter and trauma smells like shrimp paste. I'm your host, Chutney Whye, licensed acupuncturist, reluctant ghost wrangler, and the only practitioner in LA who can check his Instagram with one hand and break up those uterine fibroids with the other. This week, it's the Sequined Seance of the Sparkling Dead. And it all started with a phone call from DingDing. DingDing, if you're just tuning in, is my partner, my beloved, my stress test in human form. She runs a little Thai cafe tucked just far enough outside Beverly Hills to be affordable and just close enough to allow the glitterati to descend in their oversized sunglasses. Last Thursday, as she was closing up, she called me on the phone. I'm home building a 7-foot-tall spice cabinet to accommodate a small percentage of DingDing's unbelievably vast collection of marinated shrimp sauces from Asia when the phone rings. DingDing says, "Chutney, you have to get to the old Ottoman factory downtown. They're doing a seance. There's sparkly, glittery things in the air. There's ghosts." "Oh, DingDing," I say, "are we summoning Michael Kors again? You realize he's still alive, and he did not enjoy being summoned last time while he was perched upon his toilet." She pleads, "Chutney, this is serious. They need an energy conduit, a mover of chi." That's spelled Q-I, dear listeners. Well, what with the acupuncture and all, chi is kind of my thing, and so off to the factory I go. The old Ottoman factory is jammed into a block of nameless buildings that, even in their better days, had seen better days. I drive up a bumpy, narrow driveway and into the parking lot out back. There's a large, graffiti-covered sliding door, which scrapes open as I approach. Inside the vast warehouse, the air is heavy with mildew and pleather. In the candle-lit shadows, a seance is taking place. And it's being hosted by LA's favorite clairvoyant-turned-influencer/diffuser line founder, Miss Tabitha Trance. You may have seen her with her face stretched tight as a snare drum on a late-night shopping network hawking her various New Age tchotchke. She has arranged dozens of candles into a giant pentagram in the middle of the floor. The guests, models, healers, a confused Peloton instructor, a New Age realtor, all nibbling on delicate purple pastries from DingDing's new line of emotionally charged desserts. They're called Velvet Nipples. And no, I'm not taking questions at this time. But since you look confused, I'll tell you that Velvet Nipples are a plush-textured, mochi-like cake filled with absolutely narcotic violet cream. Oh, they're delicious. Sensual. DingDing runs up to me and takes my arm. "Chutney, there you are. Here, Chutney, have a sip of this amazing beverage that Tabitha has concocted. She says it helps you see the spirits." And before I can say Ketamine-and-Kool-Aid, she's poured half the cup down my throat. But the star of the night is not the suspicious cocktail or DingDing's dessert. It's the ghost they've all come to summon. Leonardo Lanotte, infamous stylist for the glam rock band Killer Pansies. Remember them? And a man who reportedly choked on a feather boa during an argument about whether silver platform boots were just simply too predictable, darling. Leonardo was also a notorious thief and was hated by many. How so? Well, Leonardo made his fortune in later years by ripping off the more successful designs of popular fast-forward clothing websites, who in turn ripped off independent designers. They say Leonardo never really passed over to the other side because he had an enormous hoard of stolen designs just waiting to be produced at his South LA workshop and sold at ridiculously cheap prices. And now His ghost has been wreaking havoc on low-budget runway shows and small-batch perfume shops. He's been causing quite a buzz, and people are getting spooked. Suddenly, the factory door slides open, metal rollers squeaking, and in canters 75-year-old Granny Notoparan. She crashes the seance like a disco wrecking ball with her signature purple leggings and denim miniskirt. Tonight, she's accessorized with a child-sized glittery top hat and 2 clip-on earrings shaped like spatulas. She wears a t-shirt that says Slut Mode. She's radiant. She's uninvited. She doesn't care. She is essential and maybe not even 5 feet tall. She pushes past Miss Tabitha Trance, who is spiraling in chiffon and gypsy earrings, and takes the mic. There's a mic. This seance has a sound system. Did I mention this is LA? She's waving around fistfuls of incense sticks, filling the air with smoke. I picture the whole place bursting into flames. She steps into the center of our circle, closes her eyes, takes a deep pranayama breath, and suddenly yells, "Leonardo Lanote, we need a word with you. Leonardo, a word." We wait, holding our breath. There's a flapping of wings as a pigeon escapes from a broken skylight. The air goes cold. I mean, really cold, like in the movies. "Leonardo, honey, it's Matilda. Matilda Notoparan." The tattered curtains sway. The scent of hairspray fills the room. And then Leonardo appears. Sort of. A shimmering form, a pale face floating above a dusty velvet ottoman shaped like a dusty velvet hamburger. He's still judging, still stylish, still stuck. He peers imperiously over purple aviator sunglasses and says, "Who let Go-Go Grandma summon me in the middle of Judge Judy? And why do these people look so depressed? Did somebody die?" Granny bows, hands him a velvet nipple, and says, "Must I remind you?" He tastes. He sighs. It's me, isn't it? I'm still dead." "'Fraid so, dearie," says Granny. "But that's not the worst of it." "It gets worse," says Leonardo. "I think you know what I am talking about," says Granny. "You're scaring everybody and causing a ruckus." Yes, all right. I guess that's true." "Honey, you got to stop doing that. These people did nothing to hurt you. In fact, you built your entire fortune stealing from people who steal from them. You've caused enough distress. Time for you to stop." "But those designs are going to be my comeback collection. I had a runway booked in the astral plane." Granny says, "Keeping those stolen designs mean you're unrepentant for your actions. Are you willing to trade a runway show for eternal damnation?" "Well," he says, "I suppose you have a point." So, what happens next? Leonardo agrees to release the stolen designs into the ether. Miss Tabitha Trance faints from joy, and possibly that second bottle of tequila. DingDing opens a pink cardboard box and begins handing out velvet nipples. And the ghost of Leonardo peacefully floats away in a cloud of glitter, mochi crumbs, and hissing, grumpy agreement. And what's the lesson this week? I mean, we need a lesson, right? Well, let's try this on. Sometimes, even in the most unlikely, dust-covered corner of downtown, in a factory filled with old sewing machines and abandoned ottomans, healing happens. Because hoarding, it doesn't always look like stacks of old newspapers and unopened Amazon boxes. Sometimes it isn't stuff. It's grief, old dreams, or the version of ourselves we never let go of. And sometimes healing starts with sequins and ends with letting go. So if transformation means lighting incense in an old furniture plant with pigeons flapping through the broken skylight, and channeling couture spirits with a slightly arthritic go-go grandma, then so be it. Sign me up. It's not like I have anything else to do. As we walked to our cars, DingDing found a half-eaten velvet nipple on her windshield. She said it was, without a doubt, a little thank you gift from the spirit world, a silent nod from the magical, elusive world between life and death. I saw a pigeon drop it. But maybe that's just how healing shows up in LA. Half-eaten, glitter-dusted, and dropped from a bird. Friends, that's our episode for today. Consider liking, subscribing, giving 5 stars. I'm Chutney Whye, and this has been I Love a Hoarder. Say hi, DingDing. Say hi, DingDing. Close enough. Close enough.